Hey there. It is Friday, August 16th, right? Good. I'm getting nods from the gallery here. And there have been some pretty fun things going on this week. The gallery right now consists of...
The cat.
The cat? Yeah, the cat Ponzu, the newest addition to our family, is wandering around here someplace. But my partner Matt is also here at TG Central. And he'll have a few comments to add today from his safely off-camera spot. he's not ready to face the day.
And my T-shirt might offend him.
Oh yeah. He's
low key.
Yeah, you know how those Aussies are. They just have no sense of decency.
None.
Yeah, they're just his shirt is filled with words that I used to yell at my son about singing at the top of his lungs when he was in his punk phase in the basement. It was anyway. So, we had children within earshot of that house. So anyway, Corey's still got some angst, but less expressiveness, I guess, in his day there. So anyway, it's been Matt always wants me to do songs that he thinks I need lessons on. So
Can we all?
Yeah, I guess. Well, I'm sure. Yeah, good point. So that was a little stab at one of them there. So the other day we had, did I put this list out? Yeah, let's see. He brought up things like the Little River Band and Christopher Cross and oddly enough, now not oddly enough, he thinks I should be doing more stuff from the 80s, Driver's Seat and Stuff by the Cars and things like that, which is absolutely true. But then he even brought up Tommy James and the Shondells, that we should do, what was it, Crystal Blue Persuasion.
Yep.
Yeah, so... just when I feel like I'm running out of songs to do, Matt comes up with totally useless recommendations. But it's fun.
Thanks.
So, but that one that I stabbed at there, and should have been stabbed back at, is one that's kind of in the running. What else did I have? Oh, here's another one. You got to let me know if you want to hear these songs. Anyway, we might get to that, Robert Plant, someday.
So, but I don't know if anyone would know that, but you keep saying I bring up useless suggestions, but
No, that was a good one.
I don't think half the things I've said are that useless. So, tell people what that song is.
That was Big Log by Robert Plant.
Yeah, and so these are on my...
These are on, Matt's
my
Spotify
list, so I don't, it's not like I'm totally into, I don't know, Howard Jones or... Milli Vanilli, but...
Oh, yeah. I don't think we've got any Milli Vanilli songs on the site.
No,
we probably don't need to change that either.
Yeah, but they didn't... Yeah, we all know what happened to them. So...
Well, you want to talk about... okay, so we do have one thing that's kind of cool, and we could use some help from you guys a little bit, too. And that has to do... We're kind of in the process of rolling out a new video player. And Matt could tell us a little bit more about it, or he could read this prepared note, if you like.
Okay, let me address the nation.
Okay,
hang on.
So here, words from our fearless leader.
My fellow Americans and global citizens, we're testing a new video player for Totally Guitars that will replace the current Flash experience that can be problematic for some members. Stop. The new player should provide a seamless experience for you. Stop. But to make sure, we'd love your help. Testing.
Okay.
Anyway, we're rolling the player out slowly because it's actually quite complicated recoding everything. It's not a simple thing. But there are a whole bunch of lessons that we're moving across. But if you go to any Cat Stevens lesson, for instance, I know for certain that they're all. We just tested a few as well, just in the scene. So they're all should be playing Cat Stevens in the background, mate.
I am.
Father and son. Oh yeah. Sorry. See, I don't remember that song as a Cat Stevens song. I remember that song as a.
Nobody else ever did this.
Yeah.
Wild
Ziggy
World.
Marley or whatever did it. Yeah. It's redone, mate, in the 90s. Anyway, sorry, that was stupid. That I didn't even know that was Cat Stevens.
I want to play a Neil Diamond song now. Okay.
Yeah. We've talked about that too. The one about the desk. Recarved the signature, the old man's desk.
Oh yeah.
That's like my favourite Neil Diamond song of all time.
Okay.
Anyway,
Track that
so
down.
any Cat Stevens lesson on any browser and on any device. And then if you have any feedback, just maybe. Oh, see, I didn't.
Let's start a thread on the forum. for
Yeah, I
this.
think so.
It could even be this thread, the thread that we announced the news in. But we'll get that.
Yeah,
Sorted
so
out.
it basically solves the security issue, the display issue, the browser issue, the platform issue, and the quality as well has lifted. Here's to hoping it's going to be a pretty seamless rollout. And I guess the only other thing I wanted to say is after a long time, I'm talking years of trying to figure out how to rebuild the site so it works better. We're working through finally the vestiges of that plan. This is the first part of it. So we'll start to communicate more of that when there's actually, because I don't want to get ahead of myself, having already gotten ahead of myself a couple of times in the past. So, but for the members, those of you who've been with us and for either a while or recently, there's going to be some extra bonuses for you coming along in this rebuild. Let's put it that way. So your membership is going to be more valuable over the course of time once we've got the player working and our new platform locked down. So that's something to look forward to, and I think I don't need to crap on anymore. I'm over and out, so you can carry on, but definitely do Christopher Cross Sailing. Please vote for Christopher Cross Sailing.
Wait, I already played a Christopher Cross song today.
Yeah, well, we need a 5-pack.
Yeah.
Right like the wind.
I gotta figure that one out. Something like that. It's some oddball chords. Matt was asking too. Actually, I got a whole bunch of theory things I got to talk about, so I'll get back to that. And some of them are on that list. But thanks.
Yeah.
Good to see you, sir.
Thanks, community. Appreciate you. We'll keep on trucking and trying to deliver a better place for you soon.
And hopefully maybe we'll get a video with him on it in the next couple of days
I'll
before
do
he
my
before
hair
he
and
leaves
change
town.
my t-shirt.
Yeah, he's got to go put his face on and get a decent shirt. So anyway, so that's really cool. It's I haven't seen Matt. Well, I guess I was in Tasmania for a little while back in September, but now he's here for a few days and we're having a blast. So I want to talk about a couple things, a couple easy things. We had a few new lessons went up this week. He was even surprised that Matt said we did a lesson on Danger Zone, Top Gun. I said thanks to Max. Max keeps us in touch with weirder stuff. It's pretty fun. And then we had another tune from Max, a Bob Marley song, Three Little Birds. So that's what did I do this week? Just a fly on the wall. I'm getting backlogged on Woodstock songs, unfortunately. Like I think I played this. Never mind. But yeah, this is of course the 50th anniversary of Woodstock, and it was going on like today as we speak. I think it was basically the 14th, 15th, 16th? No, 15th. Yeah, 15th, 16th, 17th, 15th through the 18th, basic, because it went into Monday morning. So it turned out to be 4 days, thanks to Hendrix playing, a sunrise concert. So anyway, so hopefully over the next week or two, we'll get some lessons in, maybe not ones that were played at Woodstock, but at least by some Woodstock bands. Never mind. So I had two other things I was going to talk about. The Beatles question, that was really interesting about, why did their sound change and stuff. And it really was because they brought in other instruments. They were able to now have, an orchestra and trumpets and things like that they really didn't do much. They had, everything up until Revolver had mostly them playing stuff. And then, but those tunes were getting too complicated for them to play live, of course, because they brought in, they were starting to bring in a lot of stuff. Well, by the time they hit the Sgt. Pepper thing and could use studio tricks and looping things and cutting tapes and bringing in all these other sounds, that changed their compositional stuff. And now they started putting together almost progressive rock stuff like A Day in the Life. And it's like they just got a whole bunch of new toys and made the most of them. On the White Album, they didn't exactly continue that heavily. It's kind of like they had done the heavy parts, I guess, and they did go back to a little bit of lighter stuff, mostly. I mean, they still had some of the band type tunes, the rockin' tunes, Birthday and stuff, a lot of delicate finger picking songs because of the summer, February or so that they spent in India in 1968. And at that point, things were just, I think their compositional skills were still pretty fabulous. So everybody was, George was, of course, relatively late bloomer, and until we heard stuff like and of course anyway, as all of those came out together, it was obvious that he was hitting his stride. So that was pretty neat. I want to talk about one more thing, and that was Dean's Eureka moment, because, do I have a pick here? I hope so. Okay. Because if I want to go into yes, they are all the same. If I'm playing a song in C, I can play the whole C scale. And the only difference though between like the key of C and the key of A minor is where is home. The notes are all the same. So now I play something in A minor, and I'm probably going to end my lead on A, rather than end on C. That doesn't sound as resolved, because I didn't come back to home, to my A note there. And here's a progression that uses chords out of the key of C, Now, all the notes I played, they were right out of a C scale. Did it sound like I got home when I ended it? Sure did, because that was in the key of D Dorian. It was a D minor chord was the home chord there, and my lead had to come back to there. Now, had I been playing that chord progression, like right there on the C chord, it doesn't sound finished. Come to the note C, same thing. It's not complete. I have to get to D to finish it. So it's as simple as I think Daryl and Dean have kind of been figuring out there, that it's just where is home. So if I want to play something in the key of E, Phrygian, not feeling like home. Let's try to make it. So now my lead that series of chords almost didn't feel like the E was very well established. Anyway, it's a confusing mess, and that's probably enough talk on that for right now. What else have I been thinking about doing or talking about lately? For some reason, this song is in my head. Somewhere. Somebody asked me the other day what was my favorite Neil Young song, and the one that popped into my head is one that I've never done a lesson on. I shouldn't go into this because I can't even remember the progression right now. It's really complicated. I'm going to go back and dig it up. It's from his first album, though. It's called Here We Are in the Years. I think that's one of the coolest songs he ever wrote. So from the very early days of Neil. So, okay, I think that is it. I may be traveling a little bit next week. I'll keep you posted if that happens, and so we might have another little blip in the action. But part of it is a little bit of a reconnaissance mission, looking for places to run camps. So anyway, that's checking out some sites on the East Coast next week. May decide to just bail on the whole thing. I'm not sure. I'm not ready to get back on a plane and for an all-day or all-night trip, but enough traveling. Okay, I think that is it as far as what I wanted to talk about and what I wanted to play, and I hope everybody has a good weekend. It's been really, really hot here. We've had, it's been 102 over the last couple of days, and so things are uncomfortable. I might spend this afternoon at the beach. It might be time to go find some fog. So, in either case, or in any case, we'll be back next week, and hopefully we'll have a chance to shoot a few vids with Matt.